Hi everyone, I'm Harrison Snow and I'll be facilitating a quantum healing circle online. And I'd love to say a few words about it so you get a sense of what we'll be doing. We'll be using systemic constellation work to really take a look at some perennial issues that I think anyone interested in new thought is pretty aware of. And the big one is, the whole concept, change your thoughts, change your emotions, change your life, right? Shape a different reality. One of the pressing questions would be, why is it so difficult to change our thoughts? How come they wear such a groove in the brain and the emotions and the reality that gets created over and over again because of that the difficulty? Well, one way to look at this, one way to get our hands around this is in the nature of consciousness. There's you, and there's you sitting on, say, the elephant. The elephant is the vastness of consciousness self, but there's the personal self sitting on the elephant trying to get somewhere. And there's the goal, there's the objective, there's the new reality you want to create. However, most of us aren't aware that we're on an elephant, that there's parts of this elephant, and that it's much bigger, more powerful, the subconscious domains of the elephant that the elephant represents, than our own individual ego, personal consciousness that has certain conditioning, certain impressions, certain emotions and thoughts that lead to certain results. So what do you have? You have misalignment. We don't understand or even realize what's going on beneath us. Well, so let's explore and unpack what's beneath us. There are four parts. There are four parts you could say. One is the subconscious. That could be like one of the legs of the elephant. And that's where all impressions are stored from childhood, in the family system and society, beliefs, traumas, ideas about what it is to be in the world that we're not actually fully aware of. Yet they shape us. They shape how we think and how we act in the real world. And as we bring that to awareness, as it becomes more obvious, even if it's been forgotten or it happened long before we were born, then we get a little more freedom. We get a little more freedom of choice, and we can make decisions based on, well, hey, is that really something I want to do, want to believe in, want to go with, or not, rather than acting automatically, rather than just acting through a blind spot, through something we don't know. So that's one aspect. And as a metaphysician, you're probably, exploring the dimensions of your subconscious to gain more understanding about how you think and act. The other end is the superconsciousness. Now, both these legs are in duality, and that's the many levels of creation that include what? The angelic level, the Davic level, the higher levels that we go and we connect with nature. We go to the church. We connect with higher spirit, higher self, and we pray and we sing. We do ritual. And through that connection, the superconscious connection, healing takes place, grace arrives in our life, and certain changes take place that we can't explain otherwise, but some sort of new higher energy, divine intervention that again help us move in the direction of a higher good, of a greater good. But those are both in the realm of duality, and that's kind of setting the direction of the elephant. And that's great, but there's more to it than most of us don't turn around and look and see and take into account. And those other two legs are, one is the pure awareness or pure consciousness. That is the state of being. It's all possibilities. It's everything arises and vibrates in that state of being, and it's manifested to the world, and we live in that through that greater consciousness. And mystics report that it's a place of silence and inner peace, great silence, and great bliss. It comes to itself, through itself, by itself. I am that, thou art that, all of this is that, that alone is. The great saying of the Vedas. And that's a tremendous source of energy and power if we tap into that really aligns our elephant in a whole new level of direction and possibility. Along with that, the source behind the source is something scientists call the quantum void. Mystics might call it Brahman consciousness. But that's the great emptiness, the great void, the great nothingness that all creation springs from, even being springs from and returns to moment by moment. And when we find that realization of that place, that's the ultimate power source, that's the ultimate divinity that really shapes and moves life. So those four areas are areas that as we explore and integrate those areas, our life takes on a whole different dimension of possibility. So that's what we'll be looking at in this workshop, and hope you'll come and join us and explore your elephant, how to ride that more, have a smoother, more successful, more joyful ride. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you.